Have you ever wondered how our universe, with its billions of galaxies, came into existence? The answer lies in a concept known as the Big Bang. Picture this. Around 13.8 billion years ago, everything that now composes our vast universe was concentrated into an incredibly dense, hot point called a singularity. This singularity was smaller than a single atom. Then, in a fraction of a moment, a cataclysmic event occurred. The singularity began to expand rapidly. In this mind-boggling expansion, space, time, energy, and matter were created. The universe as we know it began to take form. This expansion didn't just stop after the initial burst, it's still happening right at this moment. Yes, even as we speak, the universe continues to grow. In less than a second, the universe grew from smaller than a single atom to bigger than a galaxy, and it's still expanding even now. But how did the big wide space filled with stuff turn into the amazing universe we see now? As the early universe cooled down, it started doing something incredible. It pulled everything floating around closer together, making the first stars. These stars were like giant balls of gas that lit up the entire sky. Lots and lots of them joined together and made galaxies, which made the universe like a giant nightlight show. Each star had its own path, its own life story. They spent their lives turning gas into light and warmth. But just like how toys break after being played with for a long time, stars too can't last forever. At some point, these got too old and they popped like a balloon does when it gets too big. But know what? This isn't sad news at all. This popping spread stardust everywhere across the universe, and this stardust came together to form new stars, new planets, and yes, even the building blocks of life. When stars pop, it's not the end but a new beginning, creating new stars, planets, and yes, even the stuff that makes us. So where does our own home, the Earth, fit into this cosmic story? Well, our planet and the entire solar system have an origin as fascinating as the universe itself. About 4.6 billion years ago, our solar system was nothing more than a cloud of gas and dust. This cloud, or nebula, began to collapse under its own gravity. As it collapsed, it spun faster and flattened into a disk. In the center of this disk, the sun ignited, and around it, the rest of the material started to clump together. Among these clumps, one particular lump of rock and metal located in the Goldilocks zone began to take shape. This was the birth of our planet, Earth. Initially, it was a fiery, inhospitable world bombarded by other celestial bodies. However, over millions of years, it cooled and water vapor condensed into oceans. From a fiery, inhospitable world, Earth transformed over millions of years into a planet teeming with life. But how did life, specifically human life, arise in this vast universe? Our story begins some 4 billion years ago when the first simple cells appeared on Earth. These were humble beginnings with life forms that were nothing more than tiny packages of molecules. But over time, these simple cells slowly evolved, becoming more complex and diverse. This process was not quick or easy. It took billions of years for these simple cells to morph into the myriad of life forms we see today. Now let's fast forward a few billion years to the Cambrian explosion, a period about 540 million years ago. This era was a real game changer. In what seems like a blink of an eye in geological terms, an astonishing array of complex organisms sprouted. It was during this period that most of the major groups of animals first appeared. But how did we humans come into the picture? Well, let's travel to 6 million years ago when our ancestors split from a common ancestor with apes. Our journey to become the dominant species on Earth was not a straight path. It involved a lot of trial and error, with various human-like species appearing and disappearing over time. But one branch of this family tree, Homo sapiens, us, proved to be particularly resilient. Around 200,000 years ago in Africa, the first Homo sapiens appeared. These early humans were not so different from you and me. They had complex language, made tools, and even expressed themselves through art. Over time, Homo sapiens spread across the globe, adapting to diverse environments and eventually outliving all other human-like species. So here we are, the result of billions of years of evolution, life's greatest experiment. We've come a long way from those first simple cells, but remember, we're not the end of the journey. We're just the latest chapter in an ongoing story. A story that started with the birth of the universe itself. From the Big Bang to the emergence of humans, our existence is a testament to the incredible journey of the universe. So, what have we learned about our cosmic journey? We've journeyed from the explosive birth of everything in the Big Bang to the formation of stars and galaxies. We've witnessed the inception of our solar system and our very own Earth. We've seen the complex processes that gave rise to life and ultimately us humans. All these events unfolding over vast, almost incomprehensible timescales. In the grand scheme of the universe, we are but a fleeting moment, but what a moment it is to be able to contemplate our own existence.